I'm looking forward to this. Oh my god, the music! I couldn't remember the music at all. The music actually didn't even enter into my head, but this has suddenly brought it all back. I feel like I've just been punched in the nose by nostalgia. I like it. 1 to 4 players, yeah, this game allowed split screen. Several people clustered around the same TV, picking letters off a panel, backing out of menus using triangle instead of circle. Actually, why did they do that? I mean, the buttons are right there. Why did they think we couldn't cope with moving our thumb a centimetre further up the pad? That was a weird change. I'm getting hung up on this shit. Where's the game? Story mode, which is hilarious because there isn't one. Story, I mean. That's obviously a story mode. But back then, games used to come in a slightly bigger box with an instruction manual. And you'd have to read the instruction manual to figure out exactly why you're playing as a bright blue hedgehog chasing a fat guy in a hovercraft through a forest. Otherwise, you were kind of lost. Well, as far as I can remember, the mysterious Timesplitters are messing with Earth's history, and they're doing that by moving certain objects from one place to another. And it's your job in each level to find that particular object, that certain key item, and escape the level to put the timeline right. I think. Well, level 1 is in 1935 and it's called Tomb. Yeah, the developer had imagination, but I guess they expended it all on the levels themselves. Choice of 2 characters in each level, 1 male, 1 female. Oh, it's an Egyptian tomb. Silly of me, really. Oh my god, these controls. Oh god, I can't shoot straight. What's wrong with me? Damn, this game's way faster than I remember. This is going to take some getting used to. I've played too much Elden Ring. There we go, getting the hang of it now, like riding a bike. Stay dead, you fucker! Oh yeah, you have to shoot their heads off to keep them down, which is not easy because the manual aim in this game is a bit pants. There's the item, the Ankh. Got it! Timesplitters! Ah, more zombies! And where the hell did they get Tommy guns? And ah! And level complete. 5 minutes. Yeah, these levels are not the longest. Shall we try normal? I'm trying normal. Here we go. And I've been shot already. Wow. The tomb level is made harder on normal by several things. The Tommy gun is no longer inside the shrine at the start. There's a lot more enemies scattered throughout, obviously, but also the tomb itself opens up and goes further down than before. And health packs are less generous the further in you go. And that matters, because if at any point, for any reason whatsoever, your health bar hits 0, back to the beginning with you. You have unlimited lives, but no checkpoints. Gotta do it in one unbroken run. Level 2, 1970 Chinese. I'm assuming these levels were named before political correctness took hold. And for our next level, we've got 2 American police officers shooting a bunch of Chinese people in the face. With Uzis and assault rifles. These days, this level will be considered inappropriate. On the plus side, my accuracy is getting better. Level 3, 2005 Cyberden. When this game came out, this was just 5 years in the future. Also, we've had cyborgs for the last 20. And damn, my health bar is shredded already. I haven't even made it out of the first room yet. Some of the guns have alternate fire modes, and I love how everything reloads in a flash. Even the minigun takes an instant to reload, it's hilarious. Okay, now I've beaten the first 3 levels, the next 3 have opened up. But only on easy difficulty. If you want the higher difficulty settings, you have to beat the earlier levels on those higher difficulty settings first. It is a bit weird. 1950 Village. Again, this game isn't very forthcoming with its level titles. Dr. Katie Nadir, or however it's actually pronounced. And this looks like a cosplayer of a particular variety. Oh yes, I remember this now. Narrow streets and a million hiding places for mutants with shotguns. You either have to be clairvoyant or have played the hell out of the level first. did I mention this game has instant death if you fall in a pit? This game has instant death if you fall in a pit. No checkpoints, remember? The chemical plant. Oh good, another over-sexualized woman. Okay, that was unexpected. Ooh, this level has a bit more verticality to it. Enemies wait in elevated positions around the start. It's also the first time you'll be given a sniper rifle. Unfortunately, because the manual aim is a bit crap, good luck hitting things without being shot to pieces yourself. A lot of these snipers have ground level guys clustered around their feet, which makes it damn near impossible to get into an actual sniping match with anyone. Planet X. Woo! Did she leave the rest of her armour at home? I feel like she's a bit exposed, and not in a good way. For this one, they really overdid the teleporters. The special effects are merely cosmetic. The enemy actually appears instantly. So if you don't fire at the incoming bug aliens before they fully materialise, you're going to be shot a lot. The mansion. 2 characters to choose from, as usual, and look at the ethnic diversity here. Yeah! And we're back. I used to love this level back in the day. Can't quite remember why though. I mean, I have always liked haunted house themes in games, but I think it's mainly because at this point I hadn't been oversaturated with zombie games yet. I hadn't gotten sick of the sight of this level yet. 2 things about the mansion. 1, mutants can simply be shot, but zombies have to have their heads shot off. Remember Egypt. You'll get good at headshots by the end of this level, or else you won't make it to the end of this level. 2, if the village didn't convince you of the power of the double-barreled shotgun, this will. Even at medium range, this weapon is surprisingly deadly. Coupled with the teleport ambushes. Bollocks! This level is one of the harder ones. The docks. Another level that starts you with the sniper rifle. Another level where there's too many close range enemies to use it on the ranged enemies with its dodgy controls. 1 or 2 shots near the start at most. Then just machine gun everybody else to death. Frankly, it's easier. The Spaceways. If you don't count the Terminator franchise, sci-fi was a lot more optimistic back then, wasn't it? Also, the year is 2035, so we're only 10 years away from having space tourists. Actually, that might not be too far away from the truth. And the only thing that confuses me about this particular level is, why are the Timesplitters so desperate to stop me grabbing my duty-free on the way to the ship? Seriously, the item in this level is duty-free. Oh, that's it. That was story mode. Yeah, apparently they focused so much on the gameplay, they didn't do the story. At all. But that's not the end. Each level, of course, has 3 difficulty settings that massively amp up the challenge, either by increasing the enemy density, or making you go further into the level to pick up the item, or by altering the layout of the level with blast doors. Sometimes it's all 3. Make no mistake, you'll be tearing your hair out at some of these. There's an unlockable challenge mode, aptly named because you'll be lucky to complete any of them. Unlike the story levels, these have no difficulty settings and are designed explicitly to kick your ass. I just want to be clear about this. I'm playing as a mafia boss running around his own docks at night with no backup, machine gunning a bunch of people cosplaying as ducks. Timesplitters! And then there's arcade mode, which is basically the multiplayer mode. This game didn't have online connectivity back in the day, and it doesn't now, so don't get your hopes up. There's the usual selection of match types: deathmatch, both free-for-all and in teams; capture the bag, that's where you get the enemy bag back to your base; bag tag, where you hold the bag for longer than anyone else; and knockout. Grab the scattered bags and bring them back to your base. That's a lot of bags. Also, as you play the various modes, you'll unlock stuff like extra weapon and character sets, extra arcade levels. There's all sorts of stuff to unlock. Modern games are all about the players. This one has no qualms about you heading into a match with bots. Indeed, you can set up exactly which bots and bot set that you want, and at what difficulty. Set the bot difficulty to maximum, by the way. It's the only way they put up any kind of fight at all. You can tweak the game rules as well as adjust the weapon set used in the match. It's not Halo's Forge mode, but it comes close. Until you discover the level editor. The map maker, as it's known, allows the creation of your own arcade levels for near limitless options. Place the map pieces, place the items, alter the lighting, and off you go. This game was bonkers. It knew it was bonkers. When you first pick it up, you'll initially be disappointed at a mere 3 story levels, with no cutscenes or explanation. That disappears after a while as you unlock more levels. Then you unlock challenge mode. Then you dive into arcade mode. Then you find the map maker. Then you discover that playing everything unlocks even more for arcade mode. Weirdly, the game doesn't tell you all this stuff is forthcoming. It just lets you experience the constant drip feed of content, which I can see might cause some people to bounce off it at the start, before they get to learn how much depth there actually is. And despite the lack of story, the characters do get to express themselves. More so, I would argue, than some modern ones do. You do have to adapt to its high-speed nature, but really the only real flaw is the manual aiming, which is genuinely terrible. The whole game is practically set up for speedrunning. It even times you through the story missions, for goodness sake. Although, racing through the levels with reckless abandon isn't recommended. Enemies respond quickly and will give chase across the entire level, not to mention the ones that materialise in front of you blocking your path. Stick with it for an hour or two and you'll discover Timesplitters is a lot more than it first appears. Some say the first game of the trilogy is the best. I say that the trilogy only improved over time. I find it remarkable that this game has so many features and so much content. You match it against some modern games and they can't compete. There's only the odd one that can compete with this kind of thing. I mean, Halo's Forge mode obviously springs to mind because of the map maker. But this game, even though it had no story, it had bags of character to it. And that's not easy to do. The only other game that's done that recently that I can think of is the remake of Doom, where he, sinks into the lava and doing this. It's just an arm, and yet it displays so much character, and that's what Timesplitters did back in the day. Anyway, I'm going to stop wittering about this now. What did you think of my video? Leave a like or dislike down below. What did you think of Timesplitters? Have you played it back in the day, or have you literally never heard of it before? Let me know down in the comment section. And for those of you who can't get enough of my dulcet tone, you can always subscribe, ring the bell for notification, that's a separate thing. Or if you want to inflict me on someone else, you can always share instead. See you next time.